Newsflash, everybody's going to hurt you. Your mother has hurt you. Your father has hurt you. Your siblings have hurt you. But somehow or another, the person you're meant to be with is not going to hurt you. Which album was better, Donda or Certified Lover Boy? Of course, they would compare these two, but in actuality, they're incomparable. If you want to be honest, they want to be real with each other, and this is the breakdown of it. But let me go ahead and get it out of the way. I like Certified Lover Boy more than I like Donda, but let me explain. Okay, so Donda. If you're a fan of Kanye West, as I've been diehard from the jump, from him being on Jay-Z's The Bounce, produced by Timbaland, Virginia's own, by the way, Virginia Beach, shout out, you know what I mean? From him being on there to where he is right now, you'll know that Kanye is more about the future, creating a futuristic sound, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when we first heard Andre 3000's The Love Below, and like all the stuff that he was doing, he was before his time. He set the tone for everybody else, and you have to be willing to take a fashion risk. You have to be willing to take, an artistic risk when it comes to music. And folks like Kanye are willing to do that. As to where Certified Lover Boy, Drake gave us what we know he can do. We know that, yeah, he can hold a tune as well sometimes, but he raps and he can hold his own when it comes to rapping and stuff like that. And that's what he displayed on this album, I feel like. Now, as for Donda was, like I said, an experiment, and I'm pretty sure, like Yeezus, I wasn't immediately feeling Yeezus when I first heard it, but now I play a few records off of it, and I love the Yeezus album. I don't put it up there with College Dropout or My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but it is held in high regard for me. Blood on the Leaves, that's one joint. New Slaves, and the joint with Kid Cudi. If you love me, won't you let me go? Whoa, whoa. I don't know what it is with Kid Cudi, but he always made weird ass sounds on songs, but it'd be dope, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, y'all gotta listen to that record off of. It's the one that comes after Blood on the Leaves on Yeezus. But yeah, with Donda is I just feel like that's made for the future, and I'm not really big on Christian rap. I don't fuck with that shit. Honestly, I really don't listen to Christian rap. The only Christian rap song that I give credit to is T-Bone, Lil Zane, Montel Jordan on the Fighting Temptation soundtrack. Going down, baby. That shit. And when I saw it in the movies, I was like, yo, that's dope. I liked how T-Bone, I like the way T-Bone rapped. He's rapping fast and stuff like that. And then, of course, MC Hammer on BB and CC's The Blood. That's my mom's album. We used to listen to that going to Salisbury to see my grandma a lot of times, or just riding around the city. But I really don't get down with Christian rap like that. And me and my dogs was talking, and I suggested that Kanye and No Malice now, Clip's, Pusha T's older brother Malice, I think they should get together and create a Christian album. I think that might be interesting to listen to. But as for Donda, yeah. Jail, both versions of Jail. Jay-Z's version, the Baby's version on it, solid. And Off the Grid, I like Off the Grid. Of the album 5, I'll give you 5. And now I'll tell you my issue with the album. All the damn theatrics. What the fuck, Kanye, Aloysius James, West. I don't even know if that's his fucking middle name, but I just gave him that shit. Kanye Aloysius James West. Aloysius James, what the fuck? All the different listening parties just to put out an album like this. I just felt like it makes sense for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which I feel like is an instant classic once you listen to it. And this was something you gotta like grow into. I think this should have been like a surprise album, like shocking people. But there's too much expectation going on when it came to this album. Now, like I said, Certified Lover Boy is solid project from beginning to end. I like the joint with Jay-Z. I like Travis Scott, Fair Trade. I'm opening up to Travis Scott. I'm not really the biggest Travis Scott fan, but his sound is like, I'm getting to it. And then, what is it? Pipe Down. I like Pipe Down a lot. That's a good record. The intro was good. Just like I said, it's just a solid performance by Drake. And I gotta give credit to Drake. I'm not a Drake fan. I'm a fan of some of Drake's songs, but I'm not a Drake fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not anticipating Drake's albums each time it comes out. But I will say that the songs that he comes out with that I fuck with. And it's a few of them. He's got a few records that I really do like. I know for sure my album is Take Care. Everything but the title track. And then I'm so record. I don't like that shit. So pretty much the song with Rihanna and the song with Nicki Minaj. Now that one with Rick with the Just Blaze sample. And another Lord will ride with me. I fucking love that joint. That's probably one of my favorite Drake records. That and the one with the John B sample. Word on road is a click about to blow. You ain't gotta run and tell nobody, they already know. And the Stevie Wonder joint too. What's it called? Doing wrong. That one. That's my favorite line. One of my favorite lines by Drake. We live in the generation of not being in love and not being together, but we sure make it feel like we're together because we're scared to see each other with somebody else. Overall, Drake, I fuck with your album. Kanye, I always appreciate your ability to just be ahead of everybody else. And like production-wise, it's solid. Now, as for Drake's album, production-wise, it's dope. But it's nothing that we haven't heard before. You feel me? So it's like a sound that we've heard, but he knew that it was going to be established. There really wasn't much of a risk taken with that. If you understand what I'm saying. So, Donda, Certified Lover Boy, I'm rolling with Drake. What does it mean to live in love? Well, I'll tell you, based off my studies from my man Don Miguel Ruiz, shout out to Don Miguel Ruiz and his sons for the books that they write. They really do have a hand in shifting the way that I see a lot in the world. So many different perspectives that Don Miguel Ruiz gives, and also his sons, But one thing in particular, the mastery of love, he touches on is like living in love and not living in fear. So to live in love means to not allow trauma to impact the way that you perceive life. And I'm guilty of it. I'm damn sure guilty of it. Relationships, a lot of relationships that I passed up on, I'll say in my 20s, was due to living in fear, and not doing the work to heal too. That's another thing. But living in love is like loving unconditionally, not worrying about if somebody's going to do me wrong, not worrying about if somebody's going to fuck me over, not worrying about if I'm going to get the same in return. I'm just going to love. That is it. There is no loving harder than whatever. There's no loving harder than the other person. There's no loving, you know what I'm saying? I love hard or shit like that. No, you either love or you don't. That's it. There's no, oh, I love harder. Oh, I love my daughter harder than her mama do. No, that's it. Either we love our child or that is fucking it. You know, that's all you have to do. You have to just love, and you have to love unconditionally. You don't do it expecting anything in return, and love does not come with an expectation. You just do it, man. And like, I think we knew how to love when we were like younger, in a sense. Like how we treated I'll say that, how a child treats their parent is like, I'll say love. And even that of a parent to a child is love. You know, that unconditional love. Like, no matter what you do, I'm going to be there for you. When you fuck up, I'm going to be patient with you, and I'm going to reprimand you. I'm going to let you know that you fucked up, but I'm still going to love you. But we're not willing to do that, you know? We're not willing to be somebody's reason to just continuously make the same mistakes. And why should we, right? But at the same time, it's about effort and knowing if people are trying. You got some people that have been spoiled, and yes, if you allow them to do something, they're going to continue to do it because they don't feel like they're doing anything wrong. And why would you want to change if you don't feel like you're doing anything wrong? You feel me? Like, yeah, there's no reason to change if you don't feel like you're doing anything wrong. You can make I don't like when you do that. That's all well and good. But if I don't think I'm doing wrong, if I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, yeah, I might do what you ask for like a little while. And this is the average person's mindset and psyche. Like, if I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong, then I continue to probably fucking do it. And then it gets to a point, I'm sure you guys have all been in relationships where it's like, oh man, I don't like that you leave the dishes in the sink, before we go to sleep. Can you do me a favor and wash these damn dishes before we go to bed? And you wake up, and there's a goddamn spoon in the sink. And you're just like, oh shit, I wanted you to fucking wash these dishes or, spoon, whatever else is in there. But that's what I'm saying. Like, life is very funny how it goes. We want people to love us a way that we're not asking for, and we want people to love us in a way that we're not willing to do for them. And it's one-sided. We're very one-sided with that shit. Like, if I don't get this in a relationship condition, then I'm out, type thing, And like I said, I get it. Our fears, things we've gone through have pretty much put us in a position to where this is how we want to find a way to protect ourselves. There's no real fucking way to protect yourself, other than setting healthy boundaries for yourself. But as far as like loving somebody and thinking that they're not going to hurt you, newsflash, everybody's going to hurt you. Your mother has hurt you. Your father has hurt you. Your siblings have hurt you. But somehow or another, the person you're meant to be with is not going to hurt you. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Y'all watching this shit, does that make any fucking sense to you? Everybody's going to hurt you. It's about knowing who's worth suffering for. You know what I mean? And how you want to suffer. That is the enigma that we're dealing with when we're trying to find mates and shit. And I feel like the people that want to make the conscious effort to go to therapy, to address themselves, if not go to therapy, then check yourself. Look in the mirror. Be able to assess what would you work on with you daily. I'm not going to say you're wrong, but how would you improve yourself? To be able to look at yourself and do that. I feel like that will help in the process of learning to live in love. Because we'll understand that it's not just about us. And sometimes we can be the problem. If we keep dating the same type of person, we keep attracting the same type of person, maybe we're the fucking problem. And it's okay. It's just awareness. Once you have awareness, you can work on shit, man. Our egos don't allow us to see shit. You gotta check that motherfucker. You gotta check that ego like nobody's business. You have to be aware of it. You're not gonna get rid of it because it's a part of you, but you have to learn to manage ego so that you can be better. You know what I'm saying? None of us are above being checked. None. Nobody. You name any fucking body you think. Don't put anybody on no fucking pedestal. Everybody can be checked. From the top to the motherfucking bottom. From the rooter to the tooth. But the the idea of living in love. Living in love, I feel, means to love unconditionally. And once we understand what loving unconditionally means, I think we'll have better relationships, healthier relationships. Once we learn to love unconditional and without our fears. So, until then, protect yourself, nigga. Is sex or kissing more intimate to me? In all honesty, I love this shit. I love the aspect of intimacy, but for me, I believe kissing is more intimate, and let me explain to you why. Kissing is more intimate because it sets up the tone for the sex, right? Don't get me wrong. I mean, you can get straight to it. And you don't have to get into the kissing. But I promise you, when you're able to stimulate the individual that you are engaging with, and those kisses send shockwaves to both sides. It's a feeling. There's this erotic sensation that you both get, and it's it can be overwhelming at times. It's enticing. It's something that you look forward to. But I mean, the sex itself, too. Don't get me wrong. I love sex. I love sex, and will not deny that shit at all. But like kissing, though, is, yes, it can be very intimate. Kissing can, if you're doing it right, if you know how to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of people out there, men and women, who don't know how to, as far as the men go, I've heard from women, and as far as some of the women that I've been involved with over time have, not really the greatest at this kissing shit. You know what I'm saying? There's an art form to it. You have to, you gotta be in the moment, man. You don't overthink it, you just feel it. And that's why I feel like it's so intimate, because if you're in the moment, and you're able to have that chemistry with somebody, it's a thing of beauty. It is. And she knows it. She definitely knows it. She feels it. And it sends a rush to that pussy, and she gets soaked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you have the right energy, that pussy's soaking anyway before you even get to the kissing. So the kissing is just like the icing on the cake. But being able to just like engage with somebody, like being able to know how to make out, you know what I'm saying? I take it back to the early days before we all started fucking. But like just growing up, being able to know how to make out, like the aspect of kissing and knowing what it means. And being tactful. Fellas, grab your woman by the face and kiss her. Yeah, tactfully, not like no fuck. I mean, it depends. It really depends on what she's into. But I mean, you can be gentle. You can be gentle. There's a time to be gentle. And there's a time to be very fucking aggressive. But you gotta know what you're doing and understand. And you have to let her know that you know what you're doing, because it's all about the aspect of making your your mate feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and know that be able to trust you to lead this entire process of being intimate with them, because not everybody can do it. We've known that. We've been involved with people sexually that don't know what the fuck they're doing, and especially women. I'm sure women have laid down with some guys that really didn't have a fucking clue of what was going on. I remember my early days and like, okay, I'm not really sure like how this is supposed to go, so you're just overthinking everything, and then it just doesn't go that well. So if you think you're going to fail, you're going to fail. So you have to see yourself as a success so that you can be successful. Yeah, kissing, I loved it. I love kissing. I love it a lot. Very passionate tongue kisser. The thing with kissing, you pretty much can kiss every inch of her. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know, kiss her ass, literally. Kiss her ass. Kiss her stomach, navel, you know, pussy, lips, clit, thighs, lick them, all that shit. Animalistic shit. You know? I assure you, you think that your woman is a prude or some shit like that. I assure you, you do these things, you'll see a side of her that you've never seen before. That's for certain. You have to reveal that. Some shit half the times, even your mate might not even know that they have this in them. So to be able to do such is great. It's finding yourself in that other person. And I believe that's what it's about. And I feel like that's the part of intimacy, and kissing can lead to that. Don't get me wrong, sex is great because you become one. And in that moment, you guys are one. Everything you feel inside is inside. You feel in that other person. You have given her your power, and she is receiving your power. And in the end, how it works, I say the match, but the sex is over once she takes your power from you, as in your blood and your dick, and then you come. You know what I'm saying? But the whole process, man. I just love it all. But I love the question, but like I say again, when it comes to kissing, when it comes to sex, which is more intimate to me, it's definitely kissing. Not even close.